After doing all these beer reviews for over a year, definitely working on my dad bod. Beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Mate Brewski, for another Brewski review. And today the beer I have for you is by the Great Lakes Brewing Company down in Etobicoke, Ontario. And this is their Over My Dad Body Pilsner, coming in at 5% alcohol by volume and 25 IBUs. It's not going to be that bitter, and an average amount of alcohol, but I'm really excited. Like I said, after the steam whistle, Pilsner and whatnot, I'm slowly getting accustomed to Pilsners. But yeah, kind of cool. This is what the can looks like. Just a dad hanging out in his lawn, drinking a beer, having a hot dog, playing with the hose. Can't go wrong. Actually, a really nice can design, really nice artwork for this particular beer, and some people say kind of looks like me in the future. Without further ado, let's crack it open. Let's see what we got. Let's pour it into my Great Lakes Brewery pop can style glass, because that's always appropriate. Beer in the same brewery's glass. Fun times. I'm gonna pour about half in there. Looking at it, it's very, very clear color. I'm gonna get my hand out of the way. Very, very clear color and a huge white head on top. A lot of bubbles coming up, some bubbles sticking to the sides. Really, really neat. Pretty cool. Let's have a smell. Bready, sourdough breadiness. Also some like sweet bread in there. A little bit of citrus notes coming off of it too. Yeah, even like a bit of spiciness. Like, I don't know, closest I would think of is like a Saison-esque spiciness. Just very, very subtle. That's sort of what I'm getting from it. It's definitely the yeast that's been used, I want to say at least, but no, definitely very like sourdough breadiness coming off of it. Quite nice smell indeed. Let's have a sip. Ooh, that is smooth. That's really smooth. A little bit lighter in flavor, I want to say. Like I said, sourdough breadiness. A little bit of melon flavor as well. I'm getting, just just right before the finish, right before that soury, bittery note that I get with some Pilsners, or most Pilsners at least. But that end tail isn't as strong as the steam whistle Pilsner. This is a bit more tame, a bit more pleasant to my palate. But we gotta keep going, guys. Cheers, everybody, and love the dad bod. Yeah, sourdough bread, a little bit of sweet bread, a touch of melon, and that nice yeasty, bittery, souriness that you get in the end from some Pilsners, or for most Pilsners, I want to say. Actually, really, really damn good. It's right in my wheelhouse of intensity as far as Pilsners go. It's actually sitting really, really well on my palate and on my taste buds. Pretty nice indeed. Now with mouthfeel, I want to say it seems a bit more, just like a touch more creamier almost, compared to other Pilsners I've had, which is really nice. It's still very nice, like crisp and clean, but it has a bit more of like a velvety mouthfeel, I want to say. Just slightly. I think it has to do with the carbonation. The carbonation just seems to not be so intense, but also have a very smooth bubbles, if that makes sense. Quite nice indeed. Let's take a look on the can, see what Great Lakes has to say about Over My Dad Body Pilsner. Like I said, 5% alcohol by volume, 25 IBUs. Really cool. I just love that logo. I think it's quite amazing. Description on the back. Meet Mr. Morty Jenkinson. Fitting name. Crank the Bob Seger and raise a glass to him and that father figure. Short, sweet, brilliant. There's another little picture of him on the back there. Pretty cool. And then they list ingredients. Ingredients are water, malted barley, hops, and yeast. Serving temperature 1 to 3 degrees Celsius, so you can have this very, very cold. Glassware, a Great Lakes Brewery Atlantic, and IBUs 25. Please refrigerate, drink this beer fresh. Very, very nice. And they just have their location, 30 Queen Elizabeth Boulevard, Toronto, Ontario. Follow the Great Lakes Brewery Adventure. And then it has their website and their Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram handles. And on the bottom is it clearly labeled brewed on date. This was brewed on 08/02/18, so August 2nd, 2018. So this is 19 days old. Still very, very fresh. Now that is a Pilsner I really, really enjoy. Definitely has some more flavor, I guess, diversity with that bit of melon that I'm getting, like a nice, slightly sweet melon kind of thing. Actually, a really nice touch. I don't know if other people get that, but I do, and it flows well with the rest of the beer in general. Moving over to the website now, greatlakesbeer.com. You go over to Over My Dad Body Pilsner, and it still lists the ABVs, IBUs, styles of German lager. German lager? I'm confused now. I guess, yeah, no, that makes sense, I guess. Serving temp, glassware, all that stuff. Release is a Tank 10 series. Tasting notes. The tasting notes are, just like Dad's favorite playlist, this crisp and clean German-style Pilsner will have you dancing in your skivvies with each sip. Light and refreshing, yet complex and memorable. Swedish malt notes up front with some trace of straw, sulfur, grass, and lemon are the highlights in both aroma and taste. Lightly hazy body ends with a crisp, bittering finish. Let the good times roll. Sulfur. I get it in the smell. Now that it mentions it, very, very slightly, I guess. Lemon, grass, straw. Yeah, I get that. But definitely more of the, I get more of the sourdough bread mixed with a slightly sweeter bread, and then that hint of melon flavor. Story. Story is the same as on the can. Meet Mr. Morty Jenkinson. Food pairings. Food pairings is always something I love to read because I like to see what kind of foods go with beer. Because I love food and I love beer, so let's put them together, guys. Food pairings for Over My Dad Body Pilsner. Hot dogs. Doritos. They just say Doritos. Do they mean an original Doritos or like a cool ranch or the sweet chili heat? Which ones, guys? Let us know. Ice cream. Donuts. Neil Bros Organic Cheese Puffs. Very specific on the cheese puffs. Availability is at the Great Lakes Brewery retail store. Sadly, not at the LCBO. I'd love to see it at the LCBO. That'd be really, really cool. But I can't say it's all bad because just slightly off topic, but still relating to Great Lakes Brewery, I saw on their Instagram today being the 21st of August, that a favorite amongst the beer community and a favorite of mine, Octopus Wants to Fight, is now available year-round. And I think that's amazing. Cheers, Great Lakes. That's a good move on your part. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. I'm very blown away by this Pilsner. Like I said, and you guys know, I'm not the greatest fan of Pilsners. I'm still getting very accustomed to that yeasty, soury, bittery finish. But this one is definitely tickling my fancy, and I'm a very big fan of this beer. Finally, moving over to Untapped. Untapped has given this beer a 3.51 bottle caps out of 5. And that's out of 986 ratings, so almost 1,000 ratings. Very close up there. Very, very nice to see. But with that said, I am on my final sip, or at least it seems. Cheers, everybody, on the final sip. Let's get right to ratings. Yeah, I get that melon. That's a nice little touch of flavor in there. And I really hope other people get that too, because it just seems to make the beer pop in a sense. Even though it's very subtle, it just adds that extra bit of something amazing to it. And wow, I don't think I've ever said anything like this about a Pilsner before, but this is damn delicious. Whoo-wee. But yeah, rating. So over my dad body, Pilsner gets a solid, 9 out of 10. As far as Pilsners go, this really just did it for me. It's crisp, it's clean, it's light on its feet, but also has a very creamy mouthfeel. The carbonation comes in, but the way that it goes down and the way that it feels is very velvety. The flavors are great. In my opinion, one of the best Pilsners I've had and that I've enjoyed. From the sourdough to the sweetbread that I'm getting to that nice melon kick is, whoa, it's definitely right up my alley. And you know, this beer is getting me more excited for trying many more Pilsners and just getting into that style of beer. And yeah, it's definitely opening my eyes, kind of thing, to the style, and seeing that, you know, there are really good beers in that style, and beers that, even though I'm not a fan of that style and the way the flavors go, is that something like this can definitely make me punch through that wall and break that door down and just jump right in head first, which is absolutely awesome. So 9 out of 10 for this beer. Beautifully well done. As for presentation, can't go wrong with it. You know, all it's really missing on here are pretty much food pairings. I mean, they got the description, 1, ingredients, 2, ABVs, IBUs, we're going to put those together, 3, brewed on date, 4. I don't know what else is wrong with this, and it's a cool friggin' logo. Also, website has all that information, a bit more of a description, and food pairings on there as well. So, with that said, presentation, 10 out of 10. No questions asked. I can't speak. No questions asked. 10 out of 10 for presentation. Overall, this is a solid friggin' beer, and I encourage all of you definitely to go out and grab yourself a can or two, and yeah, just enjoy and embrace that dad bod. We're gonna get them, guys. When you get older, that metabolism slows down, and you up the beer intake, or you up the food intake, or whatnot ever happens, you know. Embrace it. The dad bod is the way of the future. With all that said, if you have any comments, questions, or beers on review in the future, you can leave all the information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Maperuski, it would be greatly appreciated as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Maperuski, and like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers.